Good evening, Santa. I have a bit of good news and some bad news. Which would you like to hear first? Ripping the bandage off, are we? Well, in that case, we have some legal troubles. You see, the whole Christmas operation has 4 major components. The Naughty and Nice department monitors children all over the world, telling us what they want and whether or not they've been naughty or nice. Then there's the Toy Research and Development department, where they make the toys. Gift wrapping is self-explanatory. And then there's deliveries and deployment, also self-explanatory. Now, of the major 4, the gift wrapping department is the only department to not have any sort of legal woes. Well, ever since December 1970, NNN has been dealing with people complaining about the magic snowball as an invasion of privacy. We still haven't figured out who leaked the information to the folks at Rankin Bass, but the complaints and lawsuits are at an all-time high this year. Well, our best option is to retire the snowball and switch to using Niceness Scanner for more than just determining how much goodies to fill the stockings with. It'll mean more work on our end, but we won't have to deal with everyone suing us. If we were to take this to court, well, we'll either have to retire the snowball, or, worse yet, we'll win and give various governments the idea that spying on people, especially children, is okay. I've worked here long enough to trust you with this sort of magic more than I trust any government. Now, as for toy R&D, we've got some copyright issues. Legally speaking, we're not affiliated with any toy companies and cannot make products under their names. No franchise license, no legal grounds. Santa Claus the 18th actually had that idea back in 1868. Not sure if you remember First Royal Toy Makers, but that used to be the North Pole's official toy company. Unfortunately, the toys were deemed as knockoffs, which led to the 1869 Christmas disaster, where all the gifts made that year were magical and thus dangerous. The safest gift that year was a magical board game where the jungle attacked wherever the game was. It was somehow safer than any of the gifts that imposter gave out Christmas 1993. But it's still not a Christmas I think any of us would want to repeat. As such, if we were to reintroduce the world to First Royal Toy Makers, we would have to make non-magical gifts, and make gifts that are not intended to be a stand-in for branded toys. Yes, the toys you make here are vastly superior to the real commercial ones. And yes, being viewed as the knockoff will lose a few believers in the beginning, but unless you're working with the actual companies that make them, please don't tell me that you've sent some elves to work at their factories. Of course you did. And of course they're taking home the merchandise they made. No wonder Hasbro's accusing us of corporate espionage. Elves impersonating humans just to try to get around the legal issue instead of consulting your legal team. You're lucky we make so much money in Christmas decorations and sweaters, because they're going to sue us for everything we've got. Should I even go over the D&D department's issues? Actually, we were able to legalize your Breaking and Entering Act a few months ago. Technically, we're given permission to do so, and so long as we go in with the intention to visit someone expecting a visit from Santa, we have the legal right to be there. Thank your mother. She's the one who made it possible to win the case. I'm surprised she isn't the head of the legal department. The problem is that we get around the world in an unlicensed, unresponsive aircraft that goes into international airspace. If we register the sleigh, we align ourselves with a country and get blacklisted from several others, subsequently ruining Christmas for millions of kids because we're not allowed to visit them. Right, the good news. The new hot cocoa machines are working. Not a single one has broken down. They're a big hit among the elves. One of the elves in marketing is even thinking about swapping out the older models from the Polar Express with the new ones. I know I'm not in charge of marketing, but if I may, it would be best to leave the older models on the train until we can come up with a more fun-looking and exciting way of serving hot cocoa to the kids. I'm worried that the newer models lack the timeless wonder that the train is known for. Plus, wheeling out a vending machine is not as exciting for the kids and more work for the Polar Express waitstaff compared to that contraption we're working with. Unless there's something you wish to cover, I believe we've covered everything on the agenda. I'll just get back to work on that. If your mother is okay with being a lawyer again, would you mind if I consult with her about the flying sleigh issue? Thank you. And if I don't see you until your big show for the 25th, Merry Christmas.